Hey everybody, today we're going to be talking about kitchen sinks and faucets and backsplashes and what to look for as you're selecting those for your kitchen. So let's start with kitchen sinks. First let's talk about the installation types. The first one is a drop-in sink, and it's going to be the easiest to install, and it just fits down in a cutout in the countertop. The second is an undermount, and so that's going to go underneath the cabinet and attach underneath the countertop. And that's what you see in the second picture there. A flush mount is also sometimes called a tile edge sink because it's used a lot of times with a tile countertop. And the top of your sink is flush with the edge of the tile for the countertop. Now let's talk about the materials they're made of. First is stainless steel. Stainless steel tends to be a very popular option. It comes in different finishes. It could be a brushed finish or a polished finish. Better sinks are a thicker steel, so they'll hold up better, they'll last longer. The thickness is measured in gauge, a gauge thickness. And so the higher the gauge numbers, the thinner the steel. So you're actually looking for a lower number gauge on your sink. It tends to be a very durable type of sink, and it's a long lasting, so it should be something that'll be look nice for a very long time. It's affordable. If you start comparing different prices at the store, this tends to be one of the very affordable options. A second type of material that you can look for with sinks is a cast iron sink. And they tend to have a porcelain enamel finish to it to help it become more durable. It gives it a little bit more of a hard finish to the sink. It is possible for that enamel to start to wear away or chip over time, so you do have to be careful with it. But it does have a shiny finish, and it's very heavy. They tend to have other variety of colors available, so if you want something to match a tile or a backsplash, you might be able to find that in a cast iron. It's also very easy to clean. Fire clay is another option. It's a form of ceramic, and it tends to be hot. When they fire it, it's fired at a higher temperature so that it becomes more durable. It's typically in a white or an off-white. Occasionally you'll find other colors like blue or black or gray. But you do have to be careful installing it to avoid the possibility of it cracking. The finish is pretty durable. It's easy to maintain, but it can be a more expensive option. Acrylic sinks are economical, and you've got that price that tends to be fairly reasonable. They're easy to maintain and resist stains, which tends to be important in something like a kitchen. The plastic is molded to the shape and then reinforced with fiberglass, so it's fairly strong, but it is lightweight. It does not tolerate high heat very well, so you would have to be careful when you're looking at hot pots or pans when it comes to that acrylic sink. A solid surface is made from the same material as your countertop, and it's all one seamless piece, so it's got a nice seamless look to it. There's no ridges or edges like some of the others where it might catch dirt, so it may be easier to clean, and it tends to be very durable. But not very tolerant to high heat, so again, you have to be careful with it. It can crack if heavy items are dropped on that impact, so again, you have to be a little more careful with it. And anything where if there was a crack in that surface, you'd have to have a professional come in and repair that. Copper or bronze has a very distinct look. It's a non-rusting material, so again, it should be a good option for a sink. There are certain alloys of copper that have some antimicrobial properties to help keep it clean and keep you safe. But it can be pretty expensive. It does need polish to make it keep the finish looking nice. And then you have stone sinks, and those tend to be granite or soapstone are the most common options. They tend to be very heavy, so you have to make sure that when you install them, they have that extra support that they need. They are durable, and so they are going to last for a while. They can have a rustic look to them, but you probably will have to seal them regularly to keep them looking nice. And then you have enameled steel. It's an alternative to cast iron because it's lighter weight, lower cost, which is definitely a benefit. They come in a variety of colors, so you can be creative with matching it to other parts of your kitchen. It tends to be easy to clean, but sometimes if you get chips in the surface of it, it can expose the steel, and that can cause the steel to rust. So again, something you have to watch out for and be careful with this type of sink. Concrete is stylish. It's something that has been kind of a stylish here recently. It is a possibility of having lots of options when it comes to customization of a concrete sink. Can be kind of costly, and it's heavy, so again, it's going to have some support when you install it. It is something, again, that you have to be careful with because it may crack over time. And it does require sealing to avoid stains or to keep the moisture out that may cause damage to the sink. Then you have composite sinks, which are a combination of crushed stones, usually granite or quartz, and then they put it together with a resin binder. Some have a smooth texture, and there are some that have a rougher texture depending on what you like. It has a reasonable durability, so it should last fairly well. But if you do get scuffs in that type of sink, it is harder to remove. Rough surfaces are also harder to clean if you go for that option. All right, so next up is faucets. There are some key factors you want to look for. One is configuration. You want to look at the style and the finish of those faucets. You also want to look at the construction and what kind of valves are in them. So configuration basically looks at the quantity of the handles, the mounting style, the spout structure, so how it is put together. Two-handled faucets are more common and more traditional, but you do have to watch to make sure there's the right number of holes in the sink so that you get the right faucet that will fit and cover those holes. The style refers to more of the aesthetic look of it and the design to help it be functional. So aesthetic considerations, looking at what the spout looks like, the lever location, the shape of the handle and the size, the design style. Functional things that you have to think about is conventional spouts have a 45-degree angle, which makes it maybe a little bit harder if you have large pots to fill with water. Gooseneck faucets tend to have a higher spout, so it makes it a little bit easier. Finish-wise, you're looking at a surface coating. They can be decorative, but it also can be protective, and that is important when you're working around water. There's a lot of finishes like chrome or brushed nickel. You might choose a bronze or a stainless steel or a brass. Definitely things that you can look for and decide what will match with the rest of your kitchen. They may receive a PVD coating to make it more resistant to corrosion and tarnishes and scratching, so it stands up the use over time. Construction and valve types. There are compression, which is when you see that you'd have a separate hot and cold handle. They're the oldest style. They're the simplest form. They also tend to wear out faster, but they are easiest to fix. A ball type has a single lever, and the water is regulated through a side-to-side motion, looking at moving it a little farther to one side or the other to get the hotter or colder water. A little more complex for that style. A cartridge is more reliable than compression. It's less complex than the ball valve, so it can be easier to fix if something breaks. And then ceramic disc has two very polished, hard ceramic discs that slide across each other to help control the water. They are the most durable and longest lasting, but they also, because of that, tend to be the most expensive. Some other things to consider would be a faucet and a sink that will work together. Again, thinking about the number of holes and the setup of the sink to make sure you're picking the right faucet. The faucet and size should complement each other. faucet and sink size should complement each other, and make sure that your faucet has adequate reach to be able to fill up pots and pans, to be able to wash your hands without hitting the back of the sink, things like that. Colored faucets might be plastic, so they might not last as long as a metal faucet. Some possible features: adjustable height, so that you can work around and have higher a faucet so that you can fill bigger pans or need when you need that. You could have possible water filtration features that are added to it. It could be motion sensors or touch sensitive, so if you're trying to wash your hands and your hands are full of food from preparing food, you just move your hands underneath and it turns on, or you touch it with your arm and it might turn on. A removable spout head that would have that hose, so instead of having a separate spray hose, the actual faucet does that, which can be kind of nice too. A variable flow, so you can have it at full pressure, or it could be at a lighter flow as well. Easy cleaning coatings, it might be on the faucet to make sure that if you don't get any kind of buildup on them. Or you could look at water conserving so that you're not using as much water to save on a water bill. All right, and last, let's talk about backsplashes. Lots of options for backsplashes. Tile is a nice option. There's lots of possible design options, and you could even make your own design with the tiles. It's very do-it-yourself friendly. If you're the type of person who wants to get in there and do some work, this tends to be a fairly decent option for you. Options for tile: you could have ceramic or porcelain. They tend to be the most common. They are glazed so that they have a non-porous finish to help them with the cleaning being easier to clean. There's also stone, which tends to need to be sealed, can be heavy, and so that would be something to think about. Other options for tile would be metal, that you could get a stainless steel or a tin or a copper, something like that. And they also have pressed tin. They could have that antique look, or a pressed sheet of metal that adds some dimension to it, or maybe even engineered stone. A mosaic would be like in the picture. You're taking small pieces of tile and making a picture. It's usually small pieces of tile or glass or ceramic. It tends to be glass is durable, easy to clean. If you want more of a green option, recycled glass might be a nice option as well. Sometimes it depicts a picture like this one. Sometimes it's just a pattern that you use of different geometric shapes to form the pattern. A mural would have a picture to it. It usually has larger tile than a mosaic. Usually mosaic has a very small pieces of tile. It can be hand painted, or you can put photo images on it. There's also removable or temporary, which could be something that might be nice if you are renting. It can be removed as easily as it's installed. So again, very easy to install, very easy to take down. It tends to be pre-assembled and installed in a frame. And so it's, like I said, good for apartments where you might not be able to do something permanent, but you want something to look nice. Panels or sheets, you apply the sheet to the wall. Again, there's quite a few options for that. Possible materials, it might be a plastic laminate, and they have lots of colors and patterns available for that. That tends to be very durable and very easy to clean, which is a nice option in the kitchen. Sometimes you can find metal or thermoplastic panels that are embossed, look like embossed tin, but would be probably less expensive, would be easy to install, and it's easy to clean. Glass panels could be lit from the back. It could have a frosted texture or just a plain texture, which would be adding to the dimensions of the look of the room. Some things to think about when you're considering your backsplash is that a backsplash is intended to protect the wall from the splatters of food as you're preparing food. Smooth textures are going to be easier to clean, whereas a rough tile or a stone are going to have a casual look, be a little more rustic, but are going to be harder to clean. Smooth surfaces like glass or stainless steel have a modern look. They can be enhanced with under the cabinet lighting. Sometimes you can find lights that will go up underneath the top upper cabinets and shine down and enhance and maybe show off your backsplash. So there you go. That's some things to think about as you're picking your sink, your backsplash faucets for your kitchen. So that's all for today, and we'll talk more about other considerations later. Thank you.